If you would like to see how all of these fun pages come together in my journal using the latest Live Love Posh stickers, keep it right here. What's up, everyone? This is Priya here. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and if this is the first time, thank you so much for stopping by. Here I share tips, ideas, and inspiration to make your planner and journal spreads pretty and functional. As you probably saw, these are the new sticker books that are coming out from Live Love Posh on August 4th, Monday, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I did have a full flip through and full unboxing separately, and I have a sticker journaling kit that was widely requested. And I did go ahead and have all of those videos filmed and uploaded and ready to go. So now I would like to get into these cute stickers. I know it's kind of early. This would be my journal setup for the month of September. And I'm just getting ready to have my journal lay out flat and we can get started. So if you like these kind of setups and would love to see creative ideas for your own personal use, then please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell notification so that you wouldn't miss any of the fun videos coming. And these were the two initial setups that I have, and that is my paper clip that will hold the pages down while we work with everything. And my code Priya10 can earn you 10% off at Live Love Posh and a few other shops. I'll have all that information down in the description. And the B5 journal I'm using is my daily journal, and it is also somewhere where you can use my code Priya10 for 10% off. So I have all of these cute elements that I really want to use, and I will be starting from the front this time, and I'm going with vertical Dutch doors. And I thought this was a really cute collection. So I'm trying to see how I can line up those elements. And then I thought that it is better if I use the lantern that you see a bit later because it can always come in handy in small spaces. So I will take that crow, which also is big during the Halloween time. So I'm just putting that aside for now. And just with these cute stickers, you already have some adorable elements going on. And this is my washi tape organizer, and I have a lot of the washi tapes from Live Love Posh in here. So I'm taking a few colors that I think will look better here. So there is a mix of the neutral ones, the black and white ones, the pastel ones, and the tropical ones, I believe were the name. So I'm taking a good mix of the colors because it's really a very unique color palette for Halloween. So let's just get started with these two softer ones, the softer pink one and the darker brown one. And these were part of the neutral edit, the neutral washi tape set. And I'm going to use them both for this Dutch door. Just moving them a bit to the left. So moving that pink washi so that both of it together can have a kind of a centered look on that ghosty. And yeah, that will be the first Dutch door. And as you can see, I'm going with my gyro cut and my self-healing cutting mat to cut off that washi and keeping it very simple again. But I wanted all those elements to be seen properly because I don't want any of these cuteness to be hidden behind the pages. So I'm moving the cutting mat as we go because this is an A5 size self-healing cutting mat. And I would really love to make sure my pages underneath are intact when I cut through them. And that is my first Dutch door almost done. So you see how the tweezers can be really helpful in taking such elements out. And I'm just making sure I roll the washi tapes, the scraps to into a ball so that we can dispose them after my session. And please find a full tutorial if you are ever wondering how to get started with this gyro cut, because I know a lot of you already use it, but still I do hear questions as to what they are and how they get started with this. Because without any tutorial, I think it's a bit hard, to put it in the simplest of ways, because yeah, there is a blade that swivels 360 degrees, so you might actually want to take a note of where exactly that blade is. So all of that is covered in that tutorial for the gyro cut, so please check that out. It is linked below, and also find all the tools I'm using linked below, because again, that's something I hear a lot as well, because a lot of you are really keen on grabbing my tweezers or my scissors. The scissors, the small scissors that you see, and that paper clip, that lady arm one that is sitting at the corner of that page, are all from Journal Say. And my code Priya can earn you 8% off every time you shop. And it's usually stackable on top of sales. So just, I don't plan on being repetitive, but looks like a lot of people still are looking for that information. So that's why I'm reminding myself to mention that. So that is our first Dutch door. You saw what I did with that sticker at the bottom, because the elements are not entirely symmetrical. So you might actually want to cut off a bit of the elements that are going off the page. So it does give some more dimension, because we already added those scraps to the edge of the page. So it is good that we get to use all the bits and pieces. And now we have the next set of washi tapes all laid down. And again, don't forget to put that cutting mat underneath anything or any element that you're working on, because you don't want your pages to be damaged, because they are meant for journaling. And again, I do get that question as to how I write in it. I still get those questions, because some people think it's all too stickered up to be used as a journal, but I would very sorry, I would refuse to agree with you on that, because the more I sticker it up, the more prettier the pages are. I think I do have a better chance of using them that way. So that's the reason I'm decorating it. And it's another way of using up the stash. And all of these stickers are so adorable. And usually the Live Love Posh stickers are so unique every time. Jessica is a lady behind the Live Love Posh brand, and I'm so fortunate I am on the affiliate team. It's a great small business, a family owned business that we can support. So now, when yeah, let's just try and bring that tower right there, and with that half crescent moon. I wish the actual moon looked somewhat similar, but this moon is cute as well. And I'm going with, yeah, just these two elements, and maybe one more, yeah, to kind of balance something in the middle. And that would go right there. Yeah, that's good because we do have a good balance of black now across the full length of the pages. And we will now, let's see, what washi tape do we need? I want something in the black. So I'm picking the black washi tape. That's again part of the black and white set, and that has stars in it. So I think it will go well with the moon and the witch hat and all that already going on. And let me know if you are shopping any of the fall and Halloween releases that are coming out, which I know it's a lot happening. It's all coming in together. So you will really have to pick and choose what you are buying because you can't buy everything. It is going to be a very busy season, and there are lots of small businesses coming out with their own products for the season. So you might actually want to check out everything before you decide. But I would suggest you hurry because you do run the risk of items having to sell out, and then you would have to wait for another season, or you would just miss the train on that, at least for this year. So it is always nice when you can grab it right away. So set your alarms. The release from the fall and Halloween release from Planything has already happened on August 1st. I'm not sure when you will be seeing this, but all the details regarding all the releases, there were releases from, or there are, in fact, I must say, releases from Planything and Mojo Jojo Plans. All of those happened on August 1st. So I'm not sure when you will be seeing this, but when you do, please check out those shops. And I know I'm not an affiliate, but I think Happy Planner has something coming. I did see a sneak. And sometime in the next couple of weeks, they should be having something Halloween related, I believe, because there were some sneaks. And it's going to be interesting because Happy Planner has been trying to do some things differently this year. So it will always be nice to see what they are coming out with. And my code Priya10 can be used on a few shops. So please check out all those details down in the description. And I have different setups for different size journals. If you are somebody who does not necessarily use the B5, I do have setups for A5, the B6, A6, the Traveler's Journal, all of those in the description. It's really fun to watch how different each of those look, especially as you vary the sizes, because the same elements can look so different when it's used on different sized journals. So it is really fun to watch, and I'm just trying to see how we can bring in those elements, but we do not have those exactly symmetrical ones. So we always have these smaller elements which you can use, and this just makes everything really pretty. So you can just move it around and see what works. That I think turned out cute. So now let's just finish off that Dutch door. And let me know if you are planning to or you have already picked up the sticker book. Again, it is such a cute one. And there are so many unique stickers in here, which I'm glad as an affiliate I do get to shop early. So that's why you see these in my hands. And yeah, I think that's better. Let's just take off that washi from that entire cluster, because otherwise the bats in between looks really odd. So that is our next Dutch door, and on to another one. I wanted to do like 4 Dutch doors in addition to the front and the last page. So this would be a good use of this collection because there are so many fun stickers. And we of course need that potion. And let me know what your favorite color for autumn is. If you are in the northern hemisphere, you would be looking forward to autumn, I'm assuming. And if you are in the southern hemisphere, you would be looking forward to spring. So that is our room with kind of the curtain. The drape looks really cute, and the shadow in the middle looks kind of spooky. So we have all these cute smaller elements that we could use. But I think, no, no. Should we? Yeah, I think we can make it work. And I wanted to use that cat, which looks perfect in that cluster. And now that lantern can come in. And many of these, not many, almost all of these are not entirely symmetrical except maybe for that arched doorway. So it is a bit of a struggle kind of figuring out what shape would work, but that's always the creative challenge, right? So we are going with some more washi tapes from that neutral edit, and this is more like that softer pink. And I think this would be, yeah, somewhat closer to the middle of that. And I think, yeah, that is a good placement, I think. And let's just press down that washi tape fully because otherwise it just wouldn't cut where we want it to be. So that is our next Dutch door. And let me know how you're liking this and what your favorite thing about fall is, other than maybe the foliage. I'm talking about the Halloween aspect. Yeah, that looks kind of cute. And let us now get our gyro cut and trim off that page. And this is really a fun setup. It's a fun set of stickers, and the collections are really cute in here. And let me know if you journal and if you have started playing around with Dutch doors like me, or do you just keep it plain and simple? Maybe some waterfall tabs at the most. So this is, yeah, these elements are all so cute, and I think it is coming together fairly exactly as I had imagined. So it's nice to see that whole process unfold. Just making sure that I have not doubled up on the pages, which accidentally sometimes happens. So that is our next one. And we will now finish off that Dutch door. Just trying to see, make sure that it is cut all the way to the straight edge, and then we can go ahead with our scissors. Yeah, so that is the next layer. So you see how I'm kind of building all these layers you can look at? And we will have one more, which will be kind of those elements which the washi tapes may not be visible from the front, but I think it will come out cute. So let's just finish off the back page right away. Because otherwise you do run the risk of using these elements elsewhere, and you may not have enough of those symmetrical elements if they are symmetrical, because I like to keep it at that. And let us now use a different cluster so that we will have something for use in the other future spreads too. And this will be I'm just trying to pick other smaller elements which can fill some of that white space that's left after we put down these elements. So now let's finish off this page using that washi. I mean, it is totally up to you, because I like to keep it this way. Does not mean you have to do it this way. There is no right or wrong. It is just your creative space, and it's your creative mind that is working. So please feel free to interpret it any way you think will work for you and your needs. And let me know if these setups of mine are giving you some inspiration to try something you have not tried before. So that is something I really aspire to do. I do hear people reach out to me saying they got inspired and they finally took the plunge and started with their Dutch doors and their journals. But I'm always curious to hear more as to what exactly the inspiration was. It is always nice to hear, right? So that is the reason I'm trying to kind of understand. And let me know if you want me to try any particular brand of the journal. I know there are many popular brands out there. So I have used journals from Arch and Olive, obviously, and Notebook Therapy, and the Happy Planner. That's all I've done so far. So let me know if you want me to try something, because I do get lots of questions on my thoughts on the T4C journal, which seems to be really gain popularity, and there are so many cute designs I see everywhere. But personally, I have not used them, so I can't really comment on the quality or my thoughts on that. I just haven't used that, so I'm just curious to know if you have used any of the other journals that are out there in the market, and please let me know in the comments as to what your thoughts are. Is it something you would recommend? You would not recommend? It's totally up to you. I would really appreciate it if you would share some of your experiences, because I can't possibly test every single brand myself, right? And I know there were a few folks in the planner community who were sent the Dingbats or something was a brand, and they had really cute designs. Again, they had it in multiple sizes, so I'm just curious, and it is always nice to hear other people's thoughts. And that is our next Dutch door getting ready to be cut off, and this is going to be different because I'm going to use this checkered pattern washi tape just there, and that washi tape will not be visible. So that will be our next Dutch door. Just making sure I tidy up right away because otherwise the washi tape just sticks onto everything. And that is our spider web and some of the other elements that will just line up perfectly. And yeah, let me know how you like this color palette for fall and Halloween, and what your ideal color palette should be for the Halloween time. Is it more the traditional oranges and purples, or blacks and purples, or orange, purple and black? Or are you open to see other fun colors like these, like the pinks and oranges combined? And yeah, I'm just trying to understand because everybody is different. I think I prefer the non-traditional colors, maybe because I'm not a big fan of the color orange. I mean, I can handle the oranges, but then back-to-back oranges, it's just not for me. Maybe the neutral lovers, I'm sure, are in heaven when orange, the fall season is on, because that's what mostly the fall colors are. So that is our next Dutch door, and I'm trying to, yeah, looks like it did not cut all the way through, so I had to rip it out a bit, but don't worry, it is not going to affect the integrity of anything. Yeah, let's just fill some of that white space now. And please come follow me on Instagram. I do share more spreads and more sneaks even if they don't quite get YouTube videos. And this is, I think it's turning out to be really cute. And please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell notification so that you wouldn't miss any of the fun videos coming. And it is always fun when I get to get creative, and it is really, sometimes it is a bit challenging because I try to do something different each time, but every time it doesn't happen. But I try my best to incorporate new techniques, new methods, and new things I would love to try in here. So that will be our next Dutch door, finishing that up, and that will be the, yeah, that will be that stretch of the Dutch door with roughly the same shapes. And I'm going to cut that tip so that it can just sit snug against that washi tape. And now we have the cobweb, and I think it did come out fairly well. And we have some of these florals which are sticking out, and we will now just put that in this way. Why waste those florals, right? And that would be the last Dutch door. And now let's set up the first and the last pages. And yeah, it is nice to kind of see how some of the bigger elements are just perfect, especially if you have so much space. So yeah, I think that can definitely go there if it can be put down the way I want. Yeah, and we'll just trim off the end, and I think we will have a couple more bigger elements that we will need. So yeah, that's just perfect for the corner. And we have that. Again, those smaller elements are just perfect. Just above that, so that those bats can in fact fly off that flower bunch. And yes, not really a big fan of skeletons in my journals, but I think that's the element we need to kind of fill some of that space. And that was our quotes page. And I think that's a good addition for the space we have. Yeah, I think something a bit bigger. Yeah, that's cute. That I think was a perfect addition to that space. That's actually quite pretty, that candle, that black candle. And we will have some of those smaller elements now thrown in to fill some of the white space we have. And it's nice to kind of see how it all comes together. And I think that's pretty much that side done. And we will now, yeah, we will come and add some clusters to the inner pages, but we will first decorate the left page now. And let me know if you have ever used up an entire sticker book, as in totally used up. I have not. I am very close to doing that. I think colorful shapes from Happy Planner. And that was, in fact, a very old sticker book, which I think is very functional before all of these Mojo Jojo Plan sticker books came. So that is our corner pieces pretty much all sorted. And again, you can turn it any way, so it is good that you can, in fact, maximize on the corner. And I think we will have it. I'm just trying to see where it'll look better. Maybe, right? And I don't think we need another moon, do we? Yeah, I don't like how it looks because there's already one moon, and we don't need more than one moon, do we? So we will use this wreath to kind of we'll put it somewhere there. Yeah, the moon has to come off. It's trying to put it back to the sticker book. And let's now use some of these elements we have left to kind of fill some of that white space. And yeah, we need something a bit taller, not the pumpkin. And we will also have a coat, which I think is appropriate because we do need some balance of colors also. Yeah, that looks about right. So there goes our coat. And I think that came out perfect. And we'll have one of these taller flowers there. Yeah, that cat can hang out there. We will have, yeah, it's just a matter of filling some of that white space. And those bats can fly anywhere, so why don't we just fly it this way? And we will now, yeah. So, not much of a reason as to why. I'm just trying to see what goes where and what would look cute with what we have put down already. So, we will make use of the scrap and we will have it used to fill some of the white space. So, yeah, that looks right. Yeah, let's just use some of the smaller bits and pieces to pull the spread together. And I think it's coming together really well. And I'm going to use the boxes from this same sticker book. And for once, I have used just the sticker book and nothing else. So you will find everything in here, including the coats, the boxes, all of those. So I'm combining some of the colored ones, colored boxes, with some black boxes. I'm trying to build some clusters now. I'm just trying to alternate between the colors and the sizes. And I will also add a bit more of these smaller ones and also the black ones. So, do you add boxes to your journals or do you just prefer it to be with no boxes and maybe highlight it for important parts? Yeah, I think those smaller elements are just perfect for the clusters. And we will have some more boxes taken out. And this is again perfect when you have just one sticker book and you want to make a cute one, cute spread. So sometimes you do have to work with the colors you have. I can obviously take it from the other sticker books, but I thought this would be a good idea if I just used what I had and did not buy anything. So that is pretty much our clusters all done. And do we need any more? And now we will have some of these elements. Yeah, that's really pretty. So can that guy hang out? Yeah, I think he can hang out there. And there are so many smaller elements in here, and it's easy to pick and choose what would go with the rest of the decorations on the page. And that is some more of those books on those skulls, and it is always fun when I get to experiment with such fun colors and with such variation or such unique stickers in each collection. It is always really fun. So let me know what you think, and please do come follow me on Instagram. I do share more spreads and more sneaks, even if they don't quite get YouTube videos. And please check out all the other videos I mentioned, along with all the shops and codes and everything you need to know to get ready for fall and Halloween. So, thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the next one. Bye.